I was dreaming about 2CVs last night, yeah.
Were you?
Yeah.
Stinks. Not liking it. We have Gretel, who was here in on the events. She's a bit confused as to what was going on. Hey, you good girl. You good girl. Hello. Good girl. So we tried bump starting it, we pushed it up from a hill up there, down here, and that didn't work. We tried jump starting it with our car, and that also didn't work. So now we have been given this by the guy who's letting us hold this here, called Mark. It's a, I don't know what it is, it's some kind of bumper thing, power related. So anyway, we put that on the car, we're going to have a go. It's meant to charge up for about 10 minutes apparently, and then we're going to have a go and see if we can get it moving.
Ready? Yeah. 3, ready? That didn't sound good.
No.
Did you choke?
No, don't worry.
Give
I
up?
don't think it's time to give up. Right.
The wing mirror just came off. Fuck's sake.
So what ended up happening, it wasn't the battery, although I didn't really think it was the battery. I thought that perhaps it could have been the spark plugs, or maybe it needed a new coil. It wasn't any of those things. It was something that was really pretty simple, and that was that it had stale American fuel still in the car. We had topped it up with new fuel, but obviously the fuel in here in the carb was still stale. So I called Jeff from Totally 2CV to come over and try and figure out what was going on and why it wasn't starting. And he took the carburetor apart, mopped out the stale fuel, poured a bit of new fuel in there, and it basically just started instantly.
So you basically just taken the carburettor. Is that what it?
Yeah,
what you've done?
taken
And
the top off, yeah, and the petrol looks pretty stale, so it's quite dirty in there as well. Put that back on. Rubber needs replacing because it's quite old. Yeah. Not too much. Let's see what happens.
be careful with the seats. These,
Oh yeah, the
there's,
seats.
there's no springs in it. It's just you just fall right through.
Oh wow.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, so probably needs a tappet steering on there at some stage, but it's running.
He did, however, say there were a couple other issues with the engine. So there's some wiring that is too close to some moving parts. And he also pointed out that my battery was far too big for the car, and I already knew that. For some reason the battery's so large it doesn't fit in the battery container. The battery just completely overlaps over the edge, and it doesn't have a fastening piece to fasten the battery into place, so I'm gonna have to sort that out. My dad and I, we aren't really engine people. We don't know a lot about engines, and although we love this car, we're quite currently unequipped to understand how this works. I know a little bit, and I'm learning every day, but that's kind of the whole point of this channel. It's to document me trying out something that I haven't tried before, which is cars, and it's just kind of trying to get to a point where I understand more about engineering, understand more about mechanics, and it's stuff that really, really interests me, but I just obviously haven't learned. And I'm a little bit kind of worried about the reception that I'll get on a lot of my channel, because obviously I'm so uneducated on this. But we've all got to start somewhere, I guess, and what better way than showing my failures and showing the trial and error that is going into these things. Jeff was also very, very helpful in kind of boosting my confidence with the car in general. He said he knew somebody who could help me weld the car, who he often gives 2CV projects to help weld with, and that he could get all the engine and everything else sorted for me, which really, really helped me out and made me feel a lot more confident in what I'm doing. Obviously, like, there's a lot of this that I would like to do myself, but some of it is just out of my hands and I just have no experience with. And hopefully I can kind of tag along for a lot of the work that is done on it and film it and kind of just watch and learn, and then hopefully gradually as the years go by I'll begin to just kind of figure out how to do a lot of this myself. But at the moment it's such a large project and I'm so inexperienced, I just don't want to solely shove all the work onto my own back, because I fear I wouldn't do it justice. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like, you could give a little subscribe, like the video, and yeah, I should hopefully keep you all updated with what's going on. See you later.